Welcome to the Nation Diplomatic Dispatch, your window into the world of diplomacy and international affairs. Malaysia-Turkiye cooperation takes center stage today, following President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan's recent visit to Malaysia, during which he and Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim witnessed the signing of 11 strategic agreements across energy, defence, trade and disaster management, further strengthening the comprehensive strategic partnership between both nations. Today we'll explore the key outcomes of this visit, Turkiye's growing footprint in ASEAN, and how both countries are shaping a more multipolar global order. Joining us for this discussion is His Excellency Emir Salim Yüksel, Ambassador of the Republic of Turkiye to Malaysia. Ambassador Yuksel is a seasoned diplomat with over 2 decades of experience, having served in key roles in Turkiye's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, including as Consul General in Barcelona and Deputy Director General for Cultural Diplomacy. Ambassador Yuksel, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's very nice to be back after some time in Bernama again.
Right,
Thank you so much.
And you're back at a very opportune moment, especially after the visit of your president. So for that, allow me to begin by asking, what are the key takeaways from President Erdogan's visit to Malaysia, and how did these agreements reflect the future trajectory of our nation's bilateral relations?
Okay, selamat petang dan salam sejahtera kepada semua. Thank you so much again, once again. This is a very important question, and the key takeaways. Our President, His Excellency Recep Tayyip Erdoğan's visit was a very important and significant visit in Malaysia, and first of all, I would like to thank for the hospitality and this impeccable organization of this visit in Malaysia. It was wonderful to work with Wisma Putra and with different ministries and institutions of Malaysia, and this has been a wonderful opportunity to see the compatibility between two countries. And I think what I can say about the key takeaways is that I think this was a very highly anticipated and strategically important visit between two countries, because our president wanted to visit Malaysia for some time. We tried to find some time a couple of times, but because of some developments in our region, we were not able to do that. Right. And finally we did it. I'm very happy that me and of course Malaysia hosted our president at this point of time. And when we talk about the key takeaways, of course, this is about deepening the relations between two countries. And because the last high-level visit between two countries was in 2023 by His Excellency Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister of Malaysia, to Turkey. And it was time to once again to come together for our leaders and to discuss bilateral as well as multilateral issues and global issues in this visit. And of course, key takeaways, as you have just rightly mentioned, that there was a joint statement, right, and there was this the 11 documents has been signed. In addition to that, there were some 5 B2B documents have been signed during this visit, and I think one of the key takeaways is that we decided to elevate our relations to the high-level strategic council level. We decided to establish a high-level strategic council between two countries, and I think we are going to work on this mechanism in the future.
And what does this high-level strategic council mean?
Actually, it's a kind of journey, diplomatic journey between two countries. I mean, when we think about the strategic partnership, it started in 2014, right, and after some time, we decided to elevate our relations in 2022 to comprehensive strategic partnership. Right. And high-level strategic cooperation or council is the highest level of monitoring the relations between two countries with the participation of the relevant ministers and with some preparations among the relevant ministries and agencies, so that the leaders can monitor and decide the outcomes and the next steps to be taken between two countries. So that's what we are trying to do.
And of course, in these 11 agreements, the 5 B2Bs, and the upgrading of the relationship and the council, it covered a wide array of areas: defense, energy, trade, disaster management, economic integration, digital. From your opinion, how would you rate as what would be the quick win between both countries, and how these other areas will eventually develop over time?
Well, I think that's a very good question, and I think the highly developed and advanced infrastructure of both countries are very compatible. Right. And in that sense, I think the technology exchange, technology sharing, and maybe defense industry, working in the defense industry coupled with the technological advances that we have lived through in our countries, I think this would be an important asset that we can enjoy over the next few years and maybe 10 years. Yeah.
And one of the big things that everyone's talking about is the car that was gifted by Your Excellency, the President, to our Prime Minister. And of course, on social media, there was a video that was taken in the car. I think it captured the hearts of many Malaysians and of course our international community. What could you share with us about this car?
This car is totally indigenous car of Turkey, EV car of Turkey. Mm-hmm. And Turkey actually is a very important car manufacturer. But we decided two and a half years ago that we decided to go with our newly developed or indigenously developed EV car. Mm-hmm. And TOGG actually it's an acronym of a consortium of companies, and there are 5 companies who share the let's say the responsibility in this very nice project. And last year the serial production has started, manufacturing started. Right. in Bursa. Mm-hmm. And now I think last year this car has been sold 30,000 pieces in Turkey. Wow. I think they have the biggest right now. It has the biggest share in the country.
And as we can see on screen, of course, they are showing images of the historic ride. I would say I was reading online. This is the Joyride diplomacy. I understand President Erdoğan only this gives is only to select partners, those he cares for. I suppose that's the question then is, do you see expansion of collaboration in the automotive industry with talk within Malaysia?
Yeah, I mean it's of course it's possible. You know, Malaysia we know that Malaysia has a good base of industrial production and the car manufacturing. You have your Proton and Predoa. Mm-hmm. These are indigenous brands of Malaysia, and of course we may find new avenues, new partnerships in the future between our car industry and the Malaysian car industries. This is natural. I think we should be working on that direction as well.
Mm-hmm. I think that's very exciting. Ambassador, if I may take a step back and shift issues a little bit to talk about what's currently going on in the Middle East. And we know that Turkey has been a strong supporter of Malaysia's stance on Palestine. Given the geopolitical tensions that we currently see, how do Malaysia and Turkey see their roles in advocating for the rights of the Palestinian people on the global stage? And I also say this knowing that during President Erdogan's visit even to Indonesia and Pakistan in the last 10 days or so, this was a constant theme that came up. So if you could share some thoughts on this.
I mean, as we know, Palestine and Palestine issue in the hearts of both Turkish people and Malaysia, and I think the stance of both Turkey and Malaysia are very similar in this and almost identical in this case, and we appreciate the Malaysian stance very much. It's a very principled stance, and what we can say about is that we always, our leaders and our ministers, they are always talking about the cooperation on this issue, on this problem, in different platforms like right. UN, like OIC, Organization of Islamic Conference, and D8. Of course, they are trying to exchange views on what to do next. And I think the most important is right now we have to do with Malaysia is that we have to work for an independent and contiguous state of Palestine based on 1967 borders with East Jerusalem, its capital. That's very important. And I think now we have a ceasefire in Gaza, and after the ceasefire, we have to focus on the humanitarian assistance. At the moment, actually, humanitarian assistance is going on, but I think we have to increase our efforts. And during the visit of our president, and we decided to work together for the humanitarian needs of the Palestinians, and of course. After that, the reconstruction of Gaza should come. We should be increasing our efforts in order to reach a level of good reconstruction in Gaza for the daily needs of the Palestinians.
Yeah. No, that's really nice to hear, because it is an issue close to the hearts of many Malaysians. And as you know, even our Prime Minister has taken some criticism on the global stage because of this position. And do you see the support of Malaysia and Turkey working together on this as strengthening the voice even on behalf of the Palestinians and the Muslim world generally? Yeah,
that's natural. Our president's and Turkey's in general, our president's stance is very clear. We are always advocating at the highest voice the rights of the Palestinian people, and we appreciate the stance of Malaysia as well. I think it's natural that we cooperate on this issue.
Right. Thank you. Ambassador, I'd like to move on now to also talk about ASEAN. Malaysia 2025 is the chairman of ASEAN, and we've seen that Turkey has been deepening its ties within the region through the ASEAN Sectoral Dialogue Partnership, a dialogue partner status, and its growing economic footprint in the region. I'd like to ask you, Turkey has shown increasing interest in ASEAN. What are your nation's key objectives in strengthening its ties with us?
Well, we believe that ASEAN is composed of 10 important members, and now chairmanship is with Malaysia, and we wish you all the best, all the success in this year. We believe that it's going to be a fantastic year. The team has been selected by Malaysia's inclusivity and sustainability. I think it's a very important team. It's going to help, and it reflects the vision of Malaysia vis-a-vis the ASEAN and its relations with the neighboring regions. And for us, ASEAN is very significant because, as you had rightly mentioned, that we started this journey with the institutional wise with ASEAN since 2017 as the sectoral dialogue partners, and we would like to be a dialogue partner in the future. We already are working on this. And after that, in 2019, we declared our own domestic policy vis-a-vis ASEAN, which is and the region in general, Asia a new policy. I think it's going to be an important asset for us in order to visualize and realize our relations with this region. And I believe that the ASEAN, with 500 million people, it's a huge power, it's a huge potential. And I think Turkey, with its vision, with different regions, to engage with different regions, ASEAN will play an important role in the future. And for example, if we have to give an example on this issue, is that we try to do our best in order to engage with the meetings, regular meetings of ASEAN in general. Even we have established ASEAN Fund in 2019, and this fund is serving for the member states as well as Secretariat of ASEAN. Right. I think in the future we will see more movements and more developments in this area as well.
And what role do you see Malaysia playing in all of these, and what are some of the key areas that Turkey would be interested in terms of developing together within ASEAN, like trade, security? Everyone's talking about renewable energy nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, Malaysia at the helm right now in ASEAN, I think trade and of course all kinds of cooperations in the security maybe would be very important. I would like to give you an example how developed the relations between ASEAN and Turkey. In 2005. The trade volume between ASEAN and Turkey was only 3 billion USD, and now we reached 15 billion USD last year, which is five-fold increase since those times in 20 years. So this shows the potential between Turkey and ASEAN in general. I think we should be increasing and deepening. We should be deepening our relations as much as possible. I think dialogue partnership will be one of the key instruments that we can utilize in the future, and of course we can work on the security cooperation as well, because Turkey's security involvement with the Western security architecture, I think it could be a good asset in order to share our experience in the security and defense issues with ASEAN. Of course, energy could be an important area that we can work together.
I think one of my keen areas that I like to ask my guests is about the human and cultural aspect, because we often talk about trade and energy and all the very hard technical items. If I may, Turkey, like ASEAN members, has a sizable youth population. Many are looking for education opportunities, upskilling, as well as employment opportunities, right? What are your thoughts about people, to education, to cultural collaboration between Turkey and ASEAN?
Oh, thanks very much. Again, this question is very important because the education and people-to-people relations is very close to my heart. Because I believe that this relation makes the basis of the relations right now and in the future between two countries. I think this is going to play a very important role between two countries. And in that sense, I'm trying to, and we are trying to promote as much as possible the scholarship programs between two countries. And here I can give an example that we have a very extensive scholarship program which is called Turkiye Scholarships. And I would encourage all my Malaysian friends that they can apply for Turkiye scholarships at the bachelor level and the master's and doctorate and PhD levels as well. And in addition to that, what we are trying to promote is the Turkish Language Center in Kuala Lumpur. We have a very nice language center in Ampang, which is called Yunus Emre Cultural Center. Yunus Emre Cultural Center. Our friends can take Turkish lessons online and physical, face to face from that program from that center as well. I think vice versa. We have a number of students studying in Turkey right now, Malaysian students, and we have a number of Turkish students right now studying in Malaysia. And I believe that the level of the high quality of the universities of both countries, I think, will be an important asset that we should be using in the future. And I'm very happy to see that these our colleagues, dear friends from Malaysia, they go to some universities in Turkey, and we try to increase the number. I think this is very important. And in addition to that, we have a program which is called Katip program. Katip program is also a kind of academic administrative cooperation for professionals, not students, but professionals in the state or in the government.
Perhaps these are some opportunities that I may explore one day, whether it's the doctorate or the professional program. Who knows?
Why not? Please apply to me.
I will. I'll give it some thought. And I think this leads us very nicely to the next part, because ultimately education and fostering true education. This is all to a great extent soft diplomacy as well, right? For bringing nations and people closer together. And on that, I'd like to also say that Turkey has been actively reshaping its foreign policy to establish stronger ties with outside of traditional allies, engaging with emerging economies in a region like ASEAN, including BRICS and the D8. Turkey itself has positioned itself as a leader in a more multipolar world order. Where does Malaysia fit into this vision, particularly given our BRICS partner status and our role in ASEAN?
Well, again, Turkey's foreign policy is multi-layered, and it's, how can I say, our vision is very wide in terms of having engagement with different regions of the globe. That's very important, and I believe that Malaysia is strategically located at the heart of the Southeast Asia, with its vibrant economy and vibrant people. and this places Malaysia as a natural partner, let alone the relations that we had over the last centuries.
Yeah.
I think the modern the conditions of both countries, these conditions put ourselves in a natural convergence point. So I think it's going to be very important, you know, as the chairman of ASEAN, for example, and all the economic opportunities that we can have between two countries. I think they are going to play a very important role. Malaysia is a natural partner for us. It's obvious.
And I've listened to some of your interviews in the past, and I really like it when you bring us back to and remind us about the historical connections that our countries may have. And in the previous interview, I remember you've spoken about Turkey adopting, and I use the term, and I quote, enterprising and humanitarian approach to geopolitical engagement. Given Turkey's extensive experience in humanitarian efforts, how can we collaborate more effectively in building a more resilient and cohesive ASEAN?
I think it's natural that Turkey is following a very principled foreign policy, and that we are trying to take care of the welfare of our all the globe. We are trying to work for the welfare, joint welfare of the people of the countries in the globe. And I think with the ASEAN, I think, for example, during the last visit, we have signed an important MOU between NADMA and our disaster management, which is called AFAD. And here I would like to once again thank for the efforts of NADMA and their wonderful people who went to Turkey for the earthquake.
Right.
So after the earthquake, for the search and rescue operations. So it was natural that we try to bring together the experiences of both countries. We have some experience, and for example, in the humanitarian work, Malaysia has some experience in their respective regions. And we thought that this could be a good way forward in order to forge a new partnership in this area. So I'm very happy to see that this in the disaster management, NADMA and AFAD will work together.
Could you share with us a little bit about what it means when you use the word enterprising from a philosophical approach or values approach?
Enterprising means we are trying to, as much as possible, we are trying to involve and try to be part of the solutions of the problems that we are living through in our region and in the globe as well. So Turkey is following a very active foreign policy, and we are not just sitting and watching what's going on around us. So we would like to be a part of the solutions all around us. That's what it means.
I remember you've mentioned about the number of refugees being taken in, opportunities for work, school. Could you maybe share how that approach you see could be values that you want to share also with partners like ASEAN, like Malaysia?
Turkey was still, I guess, at the biggest shelter for the number in terms of number of refugees. We are hosting, I think, more than 3.5 million people.
Oh, wow.
And we are trying to do our best in order to accommodate their needs as much as possible in Turkey. We believe that this is our natural responsibility, and we try to do our best. So this also can be a good way forward in order to increase the cooperation between, generally speaking, with ASEAN countries and Turkey. I think we have a lot to share in this area.
Ambassador, now looking ahead, I'd like to ask, what are Turkey's top priorities in strengthening its partnership with Malaysia, and what immediate steps can be taken by both nations to ensure sustained cooperation? We've got about 2 minutes or so left, so please.
Well, thanks. I think for the future, I think we should be working more closely. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that I think we should be increasing the connection and connectivity between two countries as much as possible. I'm talking about people-to-people connectivity as much as physical connectivity in terms of flights between two countries. And in addition to that, I think we should be increasing the high-level visits between two countries. When I say high-level visits, I'm talking about ministerial agency to agency visits. I think this is going to be an important step, or it's going to give more impetus to the relations between two countries. And I think we should be working on the production of some long-term projects as well. I think the basis of the industrial basis and the highly developed economic basis of two countries are very compatible in that sense. And of course, as I said just now, education is very important. I think we should be working on the education side as well. That's what we are trying to do. And here I would like to thank the Higher Education Ministry of Malaysia that they were very helpful during the last visit. And I think we should be facilitating some kind of meetings and maybe establishing a committee between the high-level authority of Turkey, high-level education authority, and the higher education ministry of Malaysia as well. So I think we should be, all in all, we should be increasing the affinity between the two peoples. I think two countries deserve the best because of their closeness and because of the historical background that we had and the friendship we had in the past.
Speaking of affinity, if there was one thing you would like to bring back and expose from Malaysia to the Turkey people from a food perspective, what would it be?
From Turkey, you mean?
From Malaysia to bring back to Turkey and vice versa.
Okay. Yes, I think I should be. I'm a fan of nasi lemak, and I like it very much. And satay, I like it satay very much. And I try to promote Malay food to my colleagues, to friends, and to our cultural office as well. And of course, I know that Turkish food is also very interesting for Malaysians,
yes.
Very delicious as far as I understand. So from time to time we try to organize some food and cuisine workshops here in Malaysia through the cooperation of some hotels sometimes, or some institutions. I think this is one of the most basic field of cooperation between two people, and I think we should be utilizing that as well.
Ambassador Yuksel, thank you very much for your insights and your views. Ladies and gentlemen at home, as Malaysia and Turkey continue to strengthen their partnership, the significance of this collaboration goes beyond bilateral ties, and especially as you've heard right at the end, it contributes to regional stability, economic growth, and a more interconnected global order. The signing of these strategic agreements during President Erdogan's visit marks another milestone in the long-standing relationship between our two nations, opening the doors for deeper cooperation. I'm Daniel Rahman, and this has been the nation's Diplomatic Dispatch on Bernama TV. Till next time, take care.
Adik, kan ada Papa cakap.
Malaysia pada ni bermula dari langkah-langkah kecil. Jangan bazir air, guna